Well, hello collectors. We're really glad to see you here. We're at the great MAX Show in York, Pennsylvania. What are we, the 19th of September, 2024, right, Ob?
I think it's the 18th, but yeah.
I think it's the 8th, all right, close enough, I guess. But we thought before we take you around the show, we'll give you a look at our display. You know, we're self-centered, I guess, but we go through a lot of work to put it up, so maybe you'd like to see it. We have some neat stuff here. Sorry about that, sir. We have a eagle here. If you collectors may have seen that color video from 1938 with the art parade in Munich, where all the people were dressed up in medieval costumes and so forth. And this eagle comes from that parade, and it's one of two that are known. So it's quite an interesting thing. It's very lightweight, so that it could be carried on the top of a pole. It's actually just like a sheet brass is all it is, soldered together. Pretty neat thing. This is a beautiful presented hunting spearhead here. It was presented to a guy for his 60th Geburtstag, his birthday. Then on the other side, it's got the hunting insignia and so forth. And there's a little dedication on the bottom, but it's a pretty interesting thing, one of a kind. Some other nice things, a Luftwaffe goblet in good shape. And we have this plaque, weighs a ton. I think it's solid copper. It's been blackened, and it pictures SS men marching with a standard here. You can just make out the silhouette of the Swas there, and then the leader of the group is giving a salute, and it's very interesting. It's the only example like this I've ever seen. I think it's a really terrific piece. In the showcase is probably the best Himmler dagger I've ever seen. It's stone mint throughout. Even the lacquer on the anodized scabbard is totally perfect. The blade is totally perfect, and it's marked with an 8 on the bottom of the crossguard. And then there's some other nice things in here. A tie pin that's made of platinum and diamonds and rubies. We think it was worn by Goering. No way to prove it, but who else would wear such an outrageous thing? Then there's a nice honor ring that was owned by an SD Hauptbannführer. I'll have to look it up, but made in 1937. And a beautiful cameo in ivory of Hermann Goering. Probably gave that to Emmy, I would think. And then next to it, a Kaiser cameo with all diamonds set around it. Probably given to one of the German princesses. There's some really nice things. One other thing here that's interesting, these wooden boxes were presented to SS men that were being married, and inside they would have had a Mein Kampf. And this box is in superb condition. It's like mint. And then I have another one here that's not in as nice a condition, but this one still has the wedding edition Bible, Mein Kampf in it. So those are some interesting things, and then we can walk around this way and see some other things here.
It's cool, dude.
Lots of. I kind of like this wooden plaque all carved out. Yeah, kind of neat. And we got some lots of nice SA daggers and looks, DLVs, RADs. This nice gorget was presented to a 50-year veteran. It's in beautiful condition. A few HJ knives, a Land Customs with the hangers, and a beautiful Tiger SA. Boy, that's a nice early Tiger. And then I kind of like this painting. The uniform is beautifully done, although I have to say I think the neck on that collar's a little bit too big for him though, Ob, but that's it. It's a period done piece. I think the breast insignia looks a little too big to me, Ob. What do you think?
A little bit,
A little bit, but that's artist license, you know.
He probably just paints the uniforms first and adds your head.
Yeah, you're probably right. That's probably what they do too. And there's more stuff here, some loafs and some metal bars. Nice first loafs. A beautiful chained SS with a Type 2 chain and some Red Cross things. A nice railway with the straps. It's got one of those Johnson fake knots on it, but I just left it there. I guess it looks better than nothing. A couple of fine RLB officers and some outstanding political leader armbands. This is stuff you don't see too often, in great condition. And then some superb swords here. This is a prison official by Eichhorn with the original portopee, very, very rare. And the one beneath it is the justice official. It's unmarked, but it's a WKC, and that's got the original knot too. That's not a fireman's knot, collectors. That's the original justice official knot, and is worth a lot of money. Well, you can tell by the way the wire braid is, and also this is slightly different than the fireman is more pink.
So both of them have knots too. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't see that too often.
And both blades are stone mint.
Sounds like he's going to price it.
And then an assortment of etched bayonets.
Lose this. It's either
gotta have them.
This other guy, he'll snap to it.
And some early silver SS swords.
We'll see how it plays out.
All real, all in nice condition. And this is a very rare Art Deco type sword. These you hardly ever see. They were made very late in the period. And a nice Prince Eugen. This Prince Eugen's got a 36-inch blade on it, the longest you'll ever see. And coming down, we have a infantry Hauptmann with fake swords and oak leaves, but the consignor just put that on there with an iron cross. It's real. But the rest of the uniform is in nice condition. And then alongside of it, something that I've just acquired. Collectors, this is an original AH watercolor painted in 1912 with the original documentation and the original letter from the woman that sold it to the man, Peter Jahn, who was assigned by Hitler to go to Vienna in 1936 and to acquire as many AH paintings as he could. So this is totally documented. The letter from the lady is dated 1937, and it mentions the watercolor in this. That's a great thing. And then we have a choice police general's tunic and trousers. And he was affiliated with the SS. He has the SS wounds. And just look at, Ob, if you can get a picture of that bullion eagle, it is just fantastic. Okay, collectors, we've come to the other end of the display, and we'll work our way around here. Ob brought some helmets and a fireman's uniform, odds and ends here. Got some good goblets and bugles, Hitler Youth and SA bugles. This is a very valuable citizenship award to Adolf Hitler. Beautifully done, all in 900 silver. You know, a lot of towns wanted to give citizenship to Hitler, and I guess that's because he originally was an Austrian, and made him feel good to be a citizen of all these towns. This is the very, very rare Aulick fencer. You never see this porcelain. Very, very beautiful. Has some field gear. Gotta have something for everybody. And some nice RAD hangers. I like this one with the swats on it.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. And some insignia, and these are a lot of radiator plaques that were used by NSKK people when they went on different tours on city kind of voyages. And once you made the voyage successfully, you put one of these on your radiator for bragging rights. And some miniatures. Some more insignia stuff. Here's a nice signed photo by Hans Bauer, Hitler's pilot. Picture of him shaking hands with the Fuhrer. And then up here, just an incredible wood-carved SA Eagle. Really, really beautifully done. A great thing to really enhance a collection on your wall. And some medals and belt buckles. Some pole tops. And a variety of Aulick things. Most of these things are Aulick. Some of them are not. This one is not, but it's fashioned exactly after the Aulick version of the dog.
It's all German porcelain.
All German porcelain. And this is an Aulick piece that is incredible. Given to SS Stand-Artenführer Dr. Richard Wendler. Wendler was Himmler's brother-in-law, and he visited Aulick one day, and Himmler had a special porcelain made for him with the eagle on it. Fantastic piece. And more goodies.
Hold on.
Fence or
Oh, here's an SS porcelain plate, very rare. Well, you got a lot of porcelain here, Aubrey. It looks really good. I love the dogs. They're great.
still bidding now that he's not getting
Yep.
treatment.
Fantastic
John,
stuff.
I don't know. But John, as you're out there
And then
like
there's
doing your thing,
A variety of
Fence guys.
hunting-related things, along with some
fence guys, and we need a
clamshell
guy to
police
build
bayonets.
That guardrail out of timber, wood timber.
Lots of good
guardrail.
stuff here.
We need both of those things.
And then a case of second model Luftwaffes.
I don't know. If he did, we'll have to get back to him on that.
Some more fairly rare daggers.
What's that?
This comes from a Schillenbaum, the Jingling Johnny. That hung from the top area of a Luftwaffe. I think it's Luftwaffe Jingling Johnny. Very rare thing, one of a kind, all made by hand. Beautiful.
Okay.
Some nice RLBs. Lots of DLVs. And beautiful naval dirk with an orange grip. Some very pretty Luftwaffes, and this has an artificial damask blade by Peter Dan Krebs. Really a great dagger. And some good armbands.
Okay.
Pretty nice SS one there. Wow.
Okay.
And some navals.
About right from here. Thank you, sir. And I'll be back around over here.
All right.
Government officials. There's a gold government official. This is an SA full Rome by J.P. Sauer. That's really a rare maker for a full Rome dagger. We just acquired that.
Yeah, that's just something I gotta do.
And some Imperial Navals.
We spill, I don't even know this guy. You can spill, take another device.
And this next case looks like somebody bought something out of there, Rob.
I don't think so. I think somebody just sheathed the dagger and.
That might be it. And then lastly, another assortment of SAs and armies with a beautiful cased German gold cross. Mint condition, beautiful. Number, it's marked 20, so it's a Zimmerman. Okay, we're over here talking to a real expert on especially Army and Luftwaffe daggers, where they're named or something different about them, or if they're real early. And this man, Bob Stefen, we know you quite a number of years now, I guess, right, Bob?
I've been dealing with you for about 15 years.
Yeah, it's a good long time. And we thought you collectors would be interested in, Bob has some cool Robert Class daggers here. And I'm just looking at this second model Luftwaffe here, and you can see that you're looking at black between the white, and maybe some of you are thinking, what the heck is that? And what Class did, they apparently ran into a salesman with black celluloid, that's all I can figure, and bought up a bunch of black celluloid, and what they did was make it into Army and Luftwaffe grip shapes, and then painted it white.
Right.
And then we see like that, lots of times over the years, collectors have taken all the white off so that they're just black. So it's rare to see one with that much white on it. And that Army next to it, show us that, Bob. They're just one or two little tiny nicks.
Oh, here, pull up so you can see it.
One or two tiny nicks in the white where you can see the black there. I mean, that's really unbelievable.
It's taken me 10 years to find a dagger with this much paint on it.
Oh, could take 40 years.
That's how rare it is.
Yeah, that's really an interesting piece.
But
And is this other Army, is that a Class too?
yes, sir. That's a painted wood handle.
Oh, painted wood. Okay, that's different too.
Class love doing variations of handles. That's why
I've had those before too, I think. That's a rare thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then that's the Luftwaffe version of a wood handle that's been painted by Class.
Also Class?
Yep.
Wow, isn't that interesting?
And I've actually purchased that for me a few years ago.
See, collectors, this is the kind of thing that, sometimes it's really fun if you can zero into one thing and specialize in that. And I mean, not that you can't collect other things too, but it's really neat to have that.
Yeah, that's advanced collection.
It's very advanced, yeah.
And what I like about this is you've got all these variations in one spot.
Right, yeah, exactly. And
It's taken me.
it would take you years to find that stuff.
It's probably
if ever.
Yes.
Yep. Well, thanks a lot for sharing that with us. You having a good show, Bob?
Yeah, it's good so far.
Yeah. Well, we just started, so we'll see what happens. Thanks a lot.
It's been great. Thanks, Tom.
Appreciate it. Yes, sir. Always good to see you. Well, collectors, we're walking around the great Max Show here, and we run into Josh Alurn. Good guy, great big man. Look at the size of this guy. You don't want to mess with him. And what are you leaning on there? Is that to hold you up, or is that something you got
It's been a long day. So we got here a World War II Japanese Army soldiers Senabari, which means 1,000-stitch belt. This is something that was given to soldiers by their families and loved ones as a good luck thing. And it's so named because different people would put a stitch in the belt and it was considered a good luck charm.
Yeah.
And most of the time they're pretty plain, but this one here's got a hand-drawn tiger.
Tiger, isn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. And you see them with tigers, but the tiger's printed. This one's hand-painted. I haven't had it translated yet, but I showed it to one of the experts down there, Dr. Bortner, and he said he's never seen one this large.
Yeah.
And it's framed beautifully. It is just
like
an
a
exceptional
bamboo thing or something.
yeah, it's faux bamboo.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm keeping it. This is going right in the personal collection. It's got one small stamp right there.
Yeah.
That would be from a temple or a shrine.
Wow.
But I got it from a friend of a friend of a friend, and I caught it right as she put it out, and it was.
So it's
Caught it right as she put it out on her
literally,
table, and it was.
literally
just
one of a kind, and
It literally is. There's few things you can say are one of a kind. This is one of them.
boy, that's cool. So
Absolutely.
that's a keeper.
Sure. It's a beautiful example.
Collectors, just look at some of this stuff here on the table.
It's all
It
stuff.
takes a big guy to carry stuff like this
Tractor
around.
trailer
Yes.
to bring that stuff.
I finally got smart, so I had to disassemble them
Yeah.
to fit them in the totes.
Right.
And so what I did is I put a number on each one, and I just match them up.
Good idea.
Yep.
Well, I keep waiting for the day that the tote's gonna break and it's just gonna fall off the bottom.
That's a lot of tonnage you got there, Josh.
I bought more the other day. That's the problem.
It's always the problem. All right, my friend, have a good show. Thank you so much.
Enjoy.
I'll see you. Well, we thought you'd like to see the extent of the show here. They have a little over 800 tables, and they're sold out. And you can see there's a pretty good crowd here. We're very pleased with the way the show's been going so far. We sold a couple things, didn't we, Ob?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we did, yeah. So for you guys that never get to one of these shows, you can see what you're missing here. Yeah, well, we're over here, we're talking to Roy Gagnier at the show hall here at the MAX Show, and what do you got here, Roy?
So it appears as though I bought what I think, according to you in your book, it's a first model chained SS dagger because it's got a painted scabbard on it. So
Yeah.
I believe you said in your book that those were initial run.
Yeah, that looks like initial production to me. Can I look at it?
Yeah, please do. I think it might be a Type B chain, though.
Well, it's what I call the Type 2.
Type
so,
2, I beg your
yeah,
pardon.
Yeah. Just looking at it so far, we see solid nickel cross guards, and that's what you want to see. No marks on them, perfect. Beautiful grip. The knot, who's to say whether it's original to
Yeah,
it
but
or
look
not,
at where the
it's
wear
way
is
it just
on it.
kind of,
It's got that
yeah,
nice
kind of
little-
looks, yeah.
right, it lines up, so
Yeah,
who's to say, but I like that.
But I like it too.
Okay.
And a lot of these early Type 2 pieces, they'll have painted scabbards, and it's really a pleasure to see paint this nice. This paint is literally 100%, and all you're seeing is the attic crazing that age does, you know, and you like to see that.
I
you know?
would, yeah,
That's-
it's definitely not a repaint, that's for
no,
sure with
not a
that.
repaint. And then we look at the chain, and what I like to see, the darkness in the chain backgrounds is the same as the darkness on the center ramp.
Nice.
And they're all pebbled. The pebbling is all matching in the backgrounds, and beautiful clover leaf snap clip. It looks like all of the connecting mounts are in good condition, which is kind of rare to see on these because they're just made out of thin nickel, you know,
Right.
and they bend up so easily. Let's see what the reverse looks like. Yeah, this is typical on these early Type 2s. The SS Coulter Zeichen mark is very lightly stamped. That's what you want to see. If it's really pounded in, you might look again at the dagger.
Okay.
So that conforms exactly to what they should be.
Okay.
The grip is nice, fits good. I don't see any faults in the grip at all. Nice nickel eagle. Let's see what the blade looks like. Wow. Hey, now see here, collectors, I don't know whether Ob can pick it up on the camera, but the grain is still in the blade.
Just
Really
tilt it a
nice.
little bit, Pop. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little more, yeah.
A little more.
Just keep going back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
You
nice
see the grain is in there, and what I like to see too, all the frosting is still in the backgrounds of the SS.
that is so.
Yeah, unmarked. Yeah, this is a absolute classic example.
Beautiful.
Classic.
That's what was missing from my collection was an earlier one.
And a dagger like this today, I mean, it may sound crazy, but this is easily a $12,000, $13,000 dagger.
Well, that's good to hear.
So I hope you didn't pay that much. But,
No, I didn't. I paid $95.
That's a bargain.
Okay.
That's absolutely a bargain. No, that's a real winner.
Thank you very much. I'm glad I called you over.
It's the kind of thing I always say you you can enjoy it for a lifetime.
Okay, well, it's
and
gonna.
then you have it for free, and even you have it at a profit, because it's better than money in the bank. And then when it comes time to sell it, who knows what these will be going for in another 10 years?
Right,
You know?
right.
They might be up to $20,000-$25,000. It's hard to say, but
If it keeps
hey,
going
you,
this way.
I'm good. No, that's a great cadre, Roy. I enjoyed seeing it.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. Well, thanks very much,
Good
Tom.
luck with it. I hope
Okay.
you enjoy it. Yes,
All
sir.
right, enjoy the rest of your show.
Well,
Outstanding.
Just seeing that gets me going again. You know?
Okay,
It's just so
awesome.
nice.
Outstanding.
Yeah, we're looking at another thing that Roy had here, and this is an original box, which in itself is rare to see.
Yes, it's
the
tough to
box
find
itself.
them.
Yep. And when you open it up, boy, look at that, guys. So this is what, a 75 infantry assault? Is that
General
correct?
assault.
General assault, yeah. With the gold reef, the separate 75 numeral, and look at the finish here. It's just mint condition. Wouldn't you think it's mint?
Yeah, I would say
think-
that's almost 100%
It's
there.
probably unissued since the box is still
Can we look at the back of it?
Yeah, please do.
Yeah. Just turn it over, and everything is proper. You see, these were all held with separate rivets and so forth, and it's got the right heads that you want to see.
Yep.
And the maker initial, I can't see with my glasses. What are they?
So that's JFS.
JF, that's what you
Yeah.
want to see, right?
Yep, that's what you want to see.
Yeah.
And then interesting brass pin on that. That's another thing you want to see.
Yeah.
You know, it's a zinc badge, but the pin on it's brass.
Yeah, I can see the difference in
Right.
the metal
It
color
holds the
there.
finish different.
Yeah.
Too, you know.
Right. Boy, that's amazing. What's a piece like that worth approximately?
So that's so I paid $12,000 for that. Yeah.
That seems reasonable to me.
Right. Yeah. It's not as crazy
You
as
don't
it
see them
sounds.
cased. And,
Yeah.
that's
Well, you're having a good show.
Yeah, I'm having a
man.
good show. Yeah. So I'm going to go home a little bit lighter. Okay.
So what?
And yeah, so a little bit of a ride back to Boston. I'll have some stuff to play with on the ride back, but yeah. So hopefully I don't
Better
run out
than
of gas
yourself.
money.
Better
Yeah,
than
right.
yourself. Okay. Well, we stopped over here to see our friends Barry Smith and Michelle. And you've seen these guys on videos before in my house, but this is the first time I think we caught you at a show doing the video
First
that I
time.
remember. Yeah.
It's the
And we
first
thought-
time that we don't have a drink and you're not smoking
I knew there was
cigar.
something wrong. Oh well,
I have some Stella.
anything will work. But anyhow, what is this shirt here? I see an RZM tag on it, but I don't know what it is. What is it?
Michelle and I have a complete SA uniform. We don't have the shirt, the actual
no shirt, then it's
yeah.
not complete, but now it is.
Now
Got
it is. Yeah. It has the original RZM tag on it.
I would
Absolutely.
think that's a hard thing to find. Wouldn't they have worn them after the war?
Probably,
You would
yeah,
think
there's
how
no
many
ins-
of them could be around?
right, no
even.
insignia on them at all.
Yeah.
So. But
But it's
absolutely,
right. That's the right tag you want to see, and
there's the maker.
let's see if Robbie can get that on there. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
You got this here, Barry. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the most expensive shirt I've ever owned.
I can believe that. Well, that's cool, especially if it completes the outfit. I mean, that's something
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah,
looking
it's great.
for. And what do we got? It looks like a Luger here.
Yeah, we picked up
Michelle.
a nice DWM commercial Luger here. Somebody came to the table and we bought it. It's all matching, nice.
Why do
beautiful
you
bore.
say it's commercial?
Well, there's no Nazi marks on it.
So
And
it was
it's
made
marked-
for sale to the public?
Yeah,
Right,
and it's
yeah.
marked It's marked Germany here,
Uh-huh.
and it's marked Germany on the magazine bottom.
I see,
So
yeah.
that's why it's commercial.
Numbers all match and
Everything's all matching, yeah. Has
It
some
looks like it's
strawing on
got
it.
pretty good straw on it too,
Drawing
doesn't
on
it?
it there.
Yeah.
Some strawing here and here.
Yeah, that's a nice gun.
Beauty, right?
Yeah. For you collectors, you might like to know that Michelle is a licensed gun dealer. Isn't that right?
That is correct.
How many girls, and as attractive as Michelle is, have a gun license? So look out. Well, that's neat. You bought that here?
Yeah, just a couple hours ago, yep.
Oh, that's great. Somebody just walks up and, hey, you want to buy a Luger?
Yeah, exactly.
Gave them $100 and off they went.
I
Huh?
wish. We could put a couple more, many more hundreds on there.
Yeah, I know. Well,
But it's nice.
you're having a good show then.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
great.
It's always
Thanks
good to
to
see
you.
you.
You got it started years ago.
Well,
Yeah.
people tell me that. I don't know. They get themselves started. All I do is add to the sickness.
It is a sickness.
Oh, it is.
It's definitely a sickness.
But it's fun to have.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there are very few pills that you can take that will get rid of the sickness either. It just keeps
The
coming
pills
around.
are buying more stuff.
Well, it's always good to see you guys.
Yeah,
you
Thanks
too,
a lot.
Tom.
Hope you have a good
You
show.
too,
Yeah.
All right.
Good to see you guys.
Well, we just walking by a table here, and we've met Mikkel, nice man, and I saw something here that I've never seen before, and I thought you collectors would like to see it too. If you look here, you of course see a picture of Joseph Goebbels, but look at this tray. Political eagle with his monogram. And I don't know, I guess some collectors out there may have seen it, but Mikkel, that's the first time I've ever seen a pattern from Goebbels. That is really, really something.
Is it a welder or prep?
Looks like a Wellner. Can I look at the other side?
sure,
Yeah. No, it's a Krupp.
A Krupp, yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I thought, yeah.
Yeah, it's heavier than a Wellner. Yeah, that's really a rare piece. Wow, that's interesting. It looks like the stamping. There's a double stamping there that looks a little weird. I don't know what that would be, but you see that, Ob?
Not really.
See, there's a J and a G on top of the J and the
You
G.
do see that sometimes, though.
Yeah,
Well, that's really something. I'll tell you.
that's cool. And this is beautiful too. Some kind of a Army Reserve thing, and in memory of the service time of the commander, Oberstleutnant von Zalman Butcher, it looks like, 1937. Kind of neat, in his coat of arms, he has a palm tree.
He was an Africa Corps guy.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting things. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you so
showing us
much.
that. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's always fun to see things we haven't seen before. Thank you. Hey, that looks like Carter Jeanette. Is that Carter? How are you, Carter?
How are you doing?
I'm good. Yes, sir.
Yeah, things good for you?
Yeah, not as good they are for you. I know you're always stumbling on something worth $10,000 and you paid $200 for it. But
That would be a good idea.
yeah, one of these days I got to come down to your house and see your collection.
I wish you would.
I think I'll bet you got $10,000 worth of stuff there, don't you?
Two houses.
Two houses full.
Yeah, you got to see it.
I would love to see it. I think you probably got one of the best collections in the world. I haven't seen it yet, but I think you do. No, you're being modest,
Not
Father.
quite, Tom.
No, I know you do.
No, not quite.
You know, collectors, Cotter bought a chain SA honor dagger from me.
Yeah.
And I remember we had to meet in the bathroom in order to do the deal.
Cash money, yeah.
Cash money, and there we are. We're over a toilet seat counting out thousands of dollars. Remember that?
I remember
It was
it.
funny. Yeah, it was really
I
funny.
remember it, Tom.
Yeah. But that was a nice dagger, though.
Oh, God, I love that.
You still got it, I hope.
Yeah,
Never sell that.
No,
In fact, I think it was the same dagger that Angolia shows in his
that's what you
book.
told me, yeah.
And it's a color picture of it. So.
I've never looked it up, but I need to for sure.
Well, we had that dagger made to resemble that when we told you.
Yeah, right, you did a good job.
Well, collectors, we're looking at something here that just came in, and it's really a very interesting thing. It's actually it's an invitation from Himmler, and he's inviting Goering and Goebbels to a special dinner that they were holding for the Berlin Olympics. This was folded in the middle. You can see the little fold here, and it's pretty interesting on the reverse of it, which I'll show you. You got all that up?
Almost.
Almost.
Okay.
It's very interesting. You have all the Himmler stuff here, and the date of July 28th, 1936, which we assume was what, the opening day, we think, or something
No, I
like
think this
that?
is when it was received at the office of Himmler.
Aha, yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
the date's on the front of the. We think it's
Yeah.
opening night, like banquet
Yeah.
or ceremony, but you had to be invited.
And here it's interesting too, it tells you what type clothes are required for the
Formal,
event.
yeah.
A very, very interesting, one-of-a-kind item
An
here.
odd eagle too. Another
It
different.
is an odd eagle,
different
yeah.
eagle with
Yeah.
an immobile swastika.
Yeah. A very, very, for guys that say collect Olympics as well as
Yeah.
Third Reich things, it's, I think it's a really, really interesting piece.
Great shape too.
Yeah, well, it's been kept in this,
Too bad you
this
don't
glass.
have the original envelope, but what are you gonna do?
It's probably a big envelope it came in too, yeah. But I think it's pretty cool. Well, we're walking along here in the aisles, and we ran into this nice man. What's your name?
Wait, I'm William Kramer of VermarMilitary.com.
Oh, yeah.
That's my website right there.
All right. And he's got some great things here. A lot of everything looks ultra original. I like that M43 cap.
Yeah, that came out of Vets Estate. That's all, got the provenance on that. Also came with this, I have strips of Bevo Cap Eagles.
Let me see that. Look at that. All unissued Cap Eagles.
Yeah, all from the same
SS.
gut.
Isn't that something? Wow. Boy, there must be 20 of them
Yeah,
here.
I think it's a strip of 18. I forget. I counted them one time. But
Yeah.
everyone keeps asking me to cut one off for them. And I'm not going to.
No. The
Yeah.
values.
Yeah,
in
I want it as a strip, yeah.
No,
So,
yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yep.
Don't listen to those guys.
I've never gotten out the scissors for it, so.
No.
It's a nice officer buckle there too.
Yeah, I got the
SS,
nickel
yeah.
ones.
Let's see the buckle, huh? That I love SS officers' buckles. Yeah, that's really a nice. It's kind of an early example.
Yeah,
too,
it is
isn't it?
early nickel silver, yeah.
Yeah,
I believe it's
that,
36 dated.
Yeah, that's really beautiful, and the back of it. Yeah, you don't see those early ones much.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. What are these bringing these
I have
days?
$59.95, $6,000 on that.
Ooh, probably worth it too.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
You just collectors. You don't see the real early ones. This is a stamped nickel, I think.
Yeah, it's nickel silver. Yeah,
And the other types are aluminum. And,
yeah, aluminum's a little later.
yeah.
It's more 1938 is when that started.
and it's still two-piece the way they put the rim over the. Yeah, that's a
nice buckle.
That's a very nice buckle. Very hard to find. Thank you for showing it to us. Yeah. I see you got a decent Tino officer here.
Yeah, it's stamped too. It's a nice one. Beautiful
And
dagger.
and 3 pilot observers
Yep,
badges.
The two
Are they
top
all the
Friedrich-
same maker? Or are they
So the
different?
top two are Friedrich Linden, and then the bottom is a GWL.
Which
all
one
the-
would be the most desirable?
The bottom one.
The
yeah.
DWL.
Yeah.
They're beautiful. The amount of gild and silver.
Yeah, I mean, if you really look at it in the light, I mean, it glimmers. It's pretty fancy with the burnished highlights like that. So beautiful badges, and you know, let alone 3 of them.
I think they're really, really desirable.
I agree with that, 100%.
Yep. And we got a so-so postal here, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It's
He was a short guy that changed the period change.
yeah, I see that. Let me see the back of the clip.
Yeah, it's the right one.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's the
yeah.
zinc DRGM.
It's unusual to see it shortened like
Right,
that.
like I said, he's
I've
probably a
never
short
seen
guy.
that on a postal,
Look,
but
sometimes you see it on a Gorget too, where it's just he
Yeah,
chose to
oh, I
wear it at
know.
a certain length, you know.
well, if you were a short guy, I mean, we're supposed to have this thing
Yeah, they want to
dangling
hang it
hitting
on
the
your belly
ground,
button.
and
Yeah.
that M42 SS looks pretty nice.
This is an M40 double decal.
Oh, 40, yes.
Yeah, it is a
rolled over,
40.
yeah.
But yeah, that's a great helmet.
That's got to be worth a few bucks.
Yeah, I have 13 on that. I've got the K&Q Knights Cross. That's 18,000.
Yeah.
Got a Go Day, beautiful German cross in gold there.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
The U-boat badges real?
Yeah, yeah, they're real. That's a Doimer, and then I have the Schwerens on top. And I actually sold the Schickel this morning.
Good for you.
Yeah, only really bring the good stuff, you know, that matters if it sells.
How about this SS helmet here? What
This is
that?
actually Kelly Hicks mentioned he remembers this helmet from 50 years ago, and it started life as an Army helmet. It was reissued. It probably went to a Nordic country in early 40s when they were making the volunteer divisions.
So that's one you have to know what you're doing.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, because there is an Army decal underneath there. Beautiful helmet. Like I said, Kelly has known about it for 50 years. It's been in a lot of hands. And
so they would take during the period an Army helmet and reissue it as an SS helmet.
Correct.
I never heard of that.
You've got to think it. 1940 when they're doing the divisions. Out of Nordic countries. That's exactly what they did.
Yeah, they had limited supply.
Right, but they did have leftover Army helmets. So that's.
So because of that, we know it comes out of the Nordic countries.
In my opinion, yes, that's probably where it would make the most sense for something like that to happen.
Sounds reasonable to me.
Yeah.
What's this brocade belt?
That's
that
Hitler
nice.
Jugend. And
let me see
beautiful.
that.
Yes,
we don't see too many Hitler Jugend belts. Still has good silvering on the buckle and
beautiful
all.
patina on that too.
Yeah, it's really nice. Brocade is still nice, and yeah, that's a cool thing. Are these RZM marked on the back too?
Yeah,
or?
so this I believe it's a 422.
Yeah.
On the catch there.
Gotcha.
Off the top of my head, I'm not looking.
Well, it doesn't matter. The camera will tell you whether you're a liar.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what's that golden party badge?
So the gold party badge, that's actually really interesting because what's cool about this is on the small foils, you have.
Is it a match pair?
Yes, it is a matching number pair, but you have the Gothic style lettering or numbering rather. It's not, that's kind of a special thing about that. The badge has been repaired, but you don't often see the Gothic style numbering system. So that makes that, in my opinion, very special.
Is this researched, is it?
No, I do not have. Robert McDivitt could not identify this man, so this set is not researched. To answer your question.
Yeah.
But you never know when they're going to find out who it belongs to.
Oh,
that's one of the cool things.
Eventually they will, yeah.
It's just like something you'll see in a period photo you never knew existed.
Yep. Well, boy, thanks a lot
Yes,
for
sir. Thank
taking
you guys.
the time. And,
Yes, Tom.
I must say, too, you sound like you know what you're doing.
Well, thank you very much. And everything's listed on the website here. I offer free shipping with tracking to your door anywhere in the world.
Well, you may get some emails.
Yeah,
what's
yes,
your
sir.
name again?
William Kramer. K-R-A-M-E-R.
William Kramer.
Yes,
With
sir.
a K or a C?
Okay. Like I spelled it.
Yep.
We've met many times before.
Yeah. and Jeremy's my table helper, and he's the poster expert. And
Hi, Jeremy.
Hi,
got some
Jeremy.
awesome scenic stuff here.
Yeah, they do have some nice posters.
Well, we're here walking around the show, and we've come across this young man here. Look at the wonderful outfit he's wearing, how well dressed he is, and me being a person that likes things like that, I just had to stop and talk. What is your name, sir?
My name is Stefen.
How old are you, Stephen?
14.
14? And you're interested in military, are you?
Yeah, very much so.
Boy, that's great. Are you specialized in anything yet, or?
No, not yet.
No?
But, just finding where I am,
What grade are you in?
I'm a freshman.
You're a freshman. Oh, that's great. Just starting high school then.
Yeah?
Yeah. 14 years old. How would you guys like to be 14 again? And obviously have the brains that this kid has. Listen to him speak, how great he is with the language. And do you do
He's
any,
got you beat, Pop. He's wearing a tie. You don't even have a tie
I know,
on.
you even got a tie on. Why did you wear a suit? I'm just curious.
I started doing it in second grade, and I've kept doing it ever since,
Well, you're something. You're going to be a really successful guy.
What are you interested in, Steven?
I'm interested in, antiques and some military as well. I'm also a drummer, so I do a lot of percussion work.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool. You're a drummer.
Mm-hmm.
Where you play the snare or?
Drum set. So
Drum set.
I like to play some jazz,
Oh, good. Yeah. Well, this is really great. I respect you very much, and I wish you a great future. And I know there's going to be a good one for you. So, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Enjoy the show, and I hope to see you again.
Thanks.
Okay? And keep dressing like that. I love it.
I will.
Well, collectors, here we are. We're running around the MAX Show, and wonderful show. And one of the people that make it so great is this man. You want to introduce yourself, sir?
I'm Dave Wyatt with Empire's Past.
Dave Wyatt, and this beautiful lady here is Mandy. And not too long ago, we had you guys down our cellar, didn't we? And we enjoyed having that. It was a good video, and we just thought that collectors would like to see what your display looks like. And
How long you been doing this, Dave?
Well, we started the business actually in November of last year, so this business is a year old, but I've been doing this since I was 12.
And you're what, 23 now? Well, that's a lot of, so you got
41, so 20,
30
29
years or something, yeah. Collectors, if you're ever looking for authenticity with metals or something, Dave today is really considered the foremost expert on metals, and he's really, really good at it. And I must confess that I use Dave for things that come in that I don't know much about metals, but he turns them all over when they're no good, and half the time, 90% of them are turned over. So that's how tough that market is.
We all help each other, though.
Yeah, but you got some beautiful things here. We'll just scan a little bit here, and
You know, you guys, you know what a police Shako is, of course, but nice condition, and that's a rural one, I guess, in the brown.
Yes.
And look at the condition of that political Lidl Gorget, and I think we're looking at a very, very rare SS Gorget behind it there.
That's a standard bearer.
Is there a chain?
There is no chain,
No
which
chain.
is unfortunate.
Somebody probably made a bracelet out of it, and
Very
that's
likely.
what happens with
Yes.
those things. And then we see just a couple of honor daggers. There's only 3 of them here, so
You guys saw these.
Dime a dozen.
yeah, I remember this NSKK. I think I turned that one up a few years ago. It's the same one that
Did you?
I had, yeah. And look at the condition of that gold government official with the matching straps. Really, really nice. And then we'll move over a little bit, and we got a couple of, well, we got a Diplo here on the right, and a nice GO on the left.
It's like a full stag.
Full stag RAD.
Yeah. Very nice.
You know, I don't see them anymore. They're
No.
just they're really hard to come by.
That's the
Yeah.
second one I've ever had.
And this Red Cross Gorget is not something you see much either.
No, they're tough to find as well.
Yeah.
I think they're overlooked just because they're Red Cross, but
Oh, people get onto it, you know.
collect Gorgets, that's a hard one to find.
And we got some nice things here. The condition of this chain marine NSKK is extraordinary. The amount of gilt that's still on it. You know, normally when you see these, a lot of times the fittings are fairly worn. I mean, you can still tell they're marines, but that is just
No, there's
fantastic.
no dispute in that one.
No.
Usually you'd see it where one fitting will be faded more than the other.
Yeah.
They're just like that,
Yep.
but that one all flows.
And I'll tell you too, I mean, I know this is an Eichhorn because of, see how fat the throat is on that scabbard, collectors? You see that a lot on later Eichhorn things. And I always like to see that, especially on a rare piece, you know, it just, oh yeah, this is right, you know.
Has to be there.
Nice chained NSKK, nice SS, nice chained SS. And, looking further down here, could we show this extraordinary AH frame? Can you pick that up, Mandy?
Watch
This-
the back.
See now, you'll notice that this is one of the special frames that were made up specially for Hitler, and the picture here, I believe, is at the Temples of Honor. I would think it would be. You know, that's where they buried the so-called martyrs from the 23 Putsch, and you know, so they're doing their ceremony there. It was probably a November 9th anniversary or something like that they were doing. But this is the only frame I've ever seen this size. It's really extraordinary.
They're quite rare, but with the other special thing with this, and we don't know why, this is the only one that's been gilded that we know of.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that just patina, or it's a gilded? Do you think that this may have been in one of the offices or in the Reichstag, or it's hard to say?
It must have been something special.
It had to have been.
I've conferred with others, and we don't know why.
Extraordinary piece. What's interesting too, if you look at the eagle's head is turned to the left on that frame, and this is a standard presentation AH frame, and the eagle head is turned to the right. I've also had these frames where the eagles turn to the left.
Yes.
They argued that, I think, through the whole Third Reich period on which way the eagle head
Which
should
way
go,
it would
you know.
face.
And one year it's going one way, one year it's going the other way, so it's the kind of thing you could have one going the other way, and some guy will say, oh, that ain't real because the head's going
Right.
the wrong way, you know, and this is crazy.
They did a lot of changes, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Especially in 12 years.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
It's amazing.
Amazing. And then we got some more cool stuff here. This is that a Fallschirmjäger in camo besides?
In camo with the chicken wire.
With the chicken wire.
So this is a grouping. I bought this out of the northern Midwest, and the gentleman I got it from, he bought it from the vet. The vet went to West Point. I have like his West Point uniforms, and he was military police. But what was really cool is he was in Italy. He was in Monte Cassino.
Aha.
And there's a photo album.
Yep.
And it's photos of Italy and around Monte Cassino. But there's actually a photograph of him in that album with the box, and he's kind of nailing the box shut, and it says packing the German helmet. What I was told is
that's what he was packing, yeah.
So the gentleman I bought it from, he says, I have the box around here. And I'm like,
oh, wow, where is it? Yeah.
please find the box. Couldn't find the box.
Oh,
Thinks he threw it out. It's like,
yeah.
but there is a photo.
That would have really.
Oh, that would have been.
Well, it doesn't need it though. It talks to
It's
you
still a nice
anyhow.
piece.
And this is a pretty rare thing, a Feldenhalle helmet. And this Gorget, is that a Feldenhalle too?
That is.
Yeah, that's pretty rare Gorget, I would think. And of course, the dagger next to it is ultra rare. We still don't really know how many of these pieces were made. I think Jason Burmeister thinks about 50 or something like that. I know he's been keeping track of the serial numbers on them and so forth. But, beautiful thing.
Which is good for them.
Yeah,
They're special.
Oh,
They're special.
But that gives you just a glance at the quality that Dave handles, and besides his great material, he's a quality person, and so is Mandy, and we're fortunate to have him in this hobby, and I'm especially fortunate to have him as friends.
Yes, sir.
And they're the best. So, we wish you well with the show, and thanks for the time. And
too.
Take care.
Really
Until
good.
next time.
Give me a kiss. Well, collectors, we're still going around the MAX Show here, and we ran into one of my buddies here. This is Mr. John Davis. He's president of Johnson Reference Books. You may have heard of that, I think.
Hope so.
Yeah.
Hope so.
Yeah, John is Tom's nephew and a wonderful man. And Tom had wanted John to take over the business. Is
Yes,
that correct?
that's
and
right.
And it means very, very much to you too that you make well of it.
Right.
It's a
Right.
little obligation, family obligation, I guess.
Right. Exactly.
And those of you that knew Tom, he was an extremely honorable man. And if he asked you to do something, you usually wanted to do it.
Oh, yeah.
He
Yeah.
just. So here you are.
He was very persuasive, Tom, as you well know.
He is very persuasive. But John has taken the business over, and you collectors probably know they were in Fredericksburg for years. And John, you've now bought a building in Memphis.
No, and I'm sorry,
go ahead.
it's right outside of Chattanooga. We literally
Chattanooga, yeah.
we've literally been looking for 3 years for a building.
Yeah.
And we just closed on it last Friday.
Oh,
moved
wow.
our office furniture in Saturday.
Yeah.
So we're in the process of trying to transfer all the stuff from Fredericksburg down to right outside of Chattanooga, a little community called Soddy Daisy. It's a satellite of Chattanooga, Tennessee.
I think you told me you don't have your vault in there yet, though.
No, I don't have the vault. We've got
better
to
get that baby in
Oh
there.
yeah, we're gonna have one built out for that.
You know you're supposed to put an alarm on them too.
Oh yeah, have to.
So how has it been for you? I know you know guns and things like that, and you know to a certain extent a lot about edge weapons, but I guess there's probably a lot to learn yet. And
become acquainted with, but they're doing it, right?
As you well know, Tom, starting into this business is akin to drinking from a fire hose. I've been going with Uncle Tom since 2010. I made my first trip to Reicherstoffen, Germany.
I remember that.
With Uncle Tom in 2010, and during that, somehow the bug bit me on the daggers. If it were simply up to my wife, I'd be retired today. But as you said,
well, everybody's wife is the same feeling, you know. With,
as you said before, Uncle Tom was extremely persuasive. In fact, most people don't realize I asked him 3 different times, "Are you sure that you want me to take this business over?" And he said, "Oh yeah, you're a good businessman. You'll learn the business, and you'll be fine, and you'll do a good job."
Well,
so I hope I
if he
live
said
up
that,
to his
he
expectations.
believed it, or he wouldn't have said it.
Yeah,
So, and I'm sure you're more than qualified to do it. But John, you know, it's he's got a tremendous amount of inventory. Some of it that's still from Tom's days, and then you've also been buying collections. And
I bought a collection literally Monday of this week.
How big was it?
Bought about 100 pieces.
Oh, that's a big collection.
Yeah. So bought that from a widow, and we were glad people call us as they do you.
Right.
But people still call us and say, "Hey, are you interested in buying?" And of course, we're always, just like you are, we're always interested in acquiring new inventory.
You can't buy something, you can't sell
That's
anything.
right.
You can't
That's
sell
right.
from an empty wagon, as they say. But we found over the past, I would say, 3, 4, 5 years that the edged weapon portion of the hobby has really exploded.
Yes.
It's just amazing the amount of people who are interested in it. And there's enough for, you know, people say, well, gee, Whitman, you're in the business and you're talking to John Davis, he's in the business. Aren't you 2 competitors? Well, we are.
Yeah.
But there's so much
That's right.
to go around.
Correct.
And it's much better to be good to each other and try to help where you can. And so I just think, I know it's difficult to get going with this and all, but once you feel really comfortable, it'll maybe take a little more time, but once you feel really comfortable, it'll be great, and you'll be glad that old Tom Johnson said you can do it, because I know you can. So,
well, it's a lot to take in, as
yes,
you well know. But we're getting. In fact, I made a comment this morning to a fellow collector, and one of the things that you kind of learn, and you know it extremely well, is when you've looked at enough pieces over time, enough light pieces, it's like the fakes start to jump out at you.
Yep.
And I'm still learning, obviously, but it's interesting how that has evolved.
That's a good point too. There's if you know what the good things look like, sometimes that fake will just have one weird thing about it that gets your attention, and then you look further, and there we go. You know, well, that's great, and I'm glad you're getting the eye for that too. And also, you know, it's you should deal with good people too.
Oh yeah,
and that's very important. And what I find with this hobby, collectors they're just great. They're so honest. My secretary's forever sending the wrong piece to somebody. You know, guy orders a Hitler Youth knife, and another guy orders a chained SS, and she sends the piece to the guy. Calls up, gee, I don't think I ordered this. It's some kind of an SS dagger. I was just looking for that $600 youth knife, you know. And then they send it back, and it just. I mean, what other business would people be so honest?
So Tom, I just had a talk with my bookkeeper in that regard. It's amazing because we'll have guys call up and they'll want 2 screws to fit the lower fitting on an SA.
Yeah.
And it's $8.
Right.
And it cost us at least $40 to go find them and ship them.
Probably
and then
more
if
than
you,
that.
And then if you ship the wrong ones, they're calling you up and they're all upset.
And you're still on the $8.
And you're still on the $8.
Yeah. But you know what, though, John?
those are the kind of things that you kind of do as a courtesy.
Yes,
and
yes.
It is a good investment to help people out
Right,
with things
right.
like that, even though you're not. You know, a lot of times it'll happen to you till you buy a collection and there's all this $20 and $30 insignia or war merit crosses in with it, you know,
Right,
that are
right,
worth
right.
the whole $25, and you're there, oh boy, I don't need this. But you take it with the other stuff, and you just do it, and it pays in the long run.
And
I find it does.
Yeah, and as you know, the other thing that we found is that when people want to sell collections, and you know this better than me, typically they want you to buy everything.
That's it, yeah.
So in fact, one of the things I did is I went and got a federal firearms license.
Boy, that's a good thing.
So that, because invariably you'll have a collector that's done this for 40 or 50 years, and you'll have a couple or 3 guns along with
I find
everything
that's true.
else.
Yeah, there's always I got this Luger too. Would
Yeah,
you be interested
exactly.
in this too? You know, I want to sell everything, so you know.
So
that's a good move.
I've always envisioned being in a U-Haul truck and driving cross country and some cop stopping me and saying, "Hey, buddy, you got any guns in that vehicle?"
Yes.
And so I wanted to make sure that I was above board with the law. And that's why I got the FFL, because, and you know, we're obviously, you can tell by the tables, yours or mine, we're not that much into guns.
No, I never was into guns. I'm from New Jersey, and you can have a permit to carry from another state, and if you drive into New Jersey, that permit to carry is no good, and it's a mandatory 5 years in jail.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's just unbelievable. So I figured I better Whitman, stay away from guns. So I have tried to do that. So maybe if I get a collection where there's some guns involved, now that I know you got a license, hey John, I got who knows, but we really we're glad to have you, and I know the hobby's glad to have you too. And I think once you get all moved in and get your staff all oriented and all, it's going to be great, and you'll be happy that you did it.
Well, as you know, and I've shared with you guys, the goal has been, my uncle was my role model, my mentor, and one of my closest friends. And so my goal has been to continue his legacy and his memory.
And do it the way he would have.
The last thing I needed was a third business to take over, and he passed, but that was his desire, and so I want to honor that if I possibly can.
You're a good man for that, man.
So,
well, I'm sure you'll do great, and look, we
thank you.
wish you the best.
Thank you for your time. Appreciate you doing this.
Thank you, and I'm glad to see you at the show and all too.
Absolutely.
I was worried you hadn't set up until a little later, and I'm like, oh no, John's not coming. Oh, we're gonna have all these tables with but then you walked there.
Not a good look.
All right, collectors, we're here at the Max Show, and we're enjoying ourselves. A couple of guys came over here. This man has a very familiar name, Mr. Gambino, and for you collectors that have been around a while, you might remember his dad, Chip.
Chip, yep.
Chip Gambino. How long's Chip been going now?
Oh God, we're pushing almost like 15 years now. We're getting
that
there.
long, yeah.
All the time.
This is Dante, and you, sir.
I'm William Kramer, and we
the best voice I ever.
Yeah,
heard.
the radio voice, and I appreciate letting me get out here. But we have a podcast, and if you type in YouTube Military Podcast, you will find us. And I think Dante, you know, you guys have known each other for so long. You know, we'd be honored to have you as a guest.
Well, you just got your commercial in. That's pretty good.
Yeah, there you go.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, we want to bring you on, Tom, so we can talk about kind of the old days and what it was like to get started and how you got started and just have some fun.
Well, I got to say one thing with your dad. I had a great relationship with him, and you know, about once every 2 months, he would send me a box of dirty movies. That is a fact.
You still got them?
I still got them. The only problem is none of those old sets work anymore.
Yeah, the VCR,
You keep the thing up, you know.
and my favorite video got eaten up.
Oh man, you played it too many times. Yeah, too many times.
Yeah, it was just
good deal. Good deal. Yeah, we'll have you.
Your dad always used to do that way. I used to get a big kick out of it. He'd come over with a box. Here, Whitman, put this under the table. Don't tell anybody where you got it.
Don't tell anyone. Don't tell your wife.
Yeah. But Chip was an amazing guy. He used to deal in a lot of gold and silver too. And,
Yeah. Oh yeah. He had a coin shop in Westchester, New York.
Yeah, and a chain of dirty bookstores.
Yeah. Right. No, that is not true.
The guy was just but he had
What a promo.
He had tremendous taste though.
I have pieces in my collection from Chip.
You could show Chip a mint piece, and he'd say, "Okay, that's it." Say, "Well, I didn't tell you what the price is." I don't care.
Yeah, that's what he wanted.
It's what he wanted, and he did. And that guy, I remember, he paid me $8,000 for an SS dagger back 20 years ago. And the dagger, well, it was maybe worth 3 or 4, but he didn't care because it had a real rare maker, and it was in flat out mint condition.
So, Dad, you're going to do the podcast?
What's a podcast? I don't even know what that
Maybe a
is.
phone interview. But
It's like a phone interview. Yeah, they want to
A bunch of us
interview
get
you.
together online and we shoot the breeze and talk about the
I don't even have a cell phone.
It's okay. We'll figure it out.
Borrow Robbie's, but
Yeah.
you've created this hobby
In about a month or so.
Yeah.
Okay. That's when we can expect it. About a month.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks,
So
Tom.
stay tuned.
Yes, sir.
Well, I don't know what I'm doing here, but Ob said I have to talk to this man, and I'm going to do that. What is your name?
My name is Tom, and I'm from Old Bridge, New Jersey. So I'm a
Not too
neighbor.
far, yeah, that's not too far. That's about 50, 60 miles up
Yeah,
the
not
pike,
too
maybe,
bad.
something like that, yeah.
I met you, the first time I met you in 1997, and a mutual friend set up a meeting so I could come to the house, and I came with my friend, and I was amazed seeing that big painting, and I was just blown away. And in the basement, I went into I had bought a bayonet and needed a special knot. You had the knot. You even tied it for me, so it was really something. So I wrote you a thank you letter, and you put it in the book.
Oh.
In the Whitman offering.
The old offerings, yeah. That's a 97?
Yeah, 97. And the funny thing is, the prices are different now.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, sort of.
But I missed it. I really like this, but I know it must have been a lot of work to do these. But
It was a
it
lot
was
of work.
so much fun getting this in the mail. It was so much fun. But you know, I also wanted to show you something. So I brought a dagger that I want. I'm not selling it, but this is my favorite dagger. This was my father's. He bought this in about 1961, 1962, and I wanted you to see it.
Yeah, boy, I like the patina on it. Yeah, it's got, let me just put my glasses on, but
Yeah, I need mine too.
take a good look at it. But so what I see so far, it's kind of got a generic cross guard and beautiful grip. What I like is the frosting that's all on the dagger. And looks like the knot might be original to it too. Nice hangers, and yeah, that's a horseshoe.
Yeah, I like those.
The grip is beautiful too, and wow, look at here.
You don't see too many like that.
No.
And it's unit marked on the other side.
What does Zum Abscheid mean?
It just means two, and then whatever the name was.
Right. On the back is the regiment, I guess, 17-something Braunschweig.
Which is an infantry regiment.
What I like about this collector's too, this has a real early fittings. This is an early Alurn crossguard. It's not generic. And what's interesting, it has a very early 33 to 35 trademark, and something that when I saw it, this is real because I noticed that the panels are ending with the arrow, and that was an Alurn tradition.
Oh.
No other producer did that.
I wasn't aware of that.
I figured you were.
Yeah, that's very cool.
See that the arrows
Yes.
there? No other producer did that, and when I saw that, I thought, when I turn this over, I hope I see an Alurn trademark.
I'm glad there's one on there too.
There it was. There it was. So this dagger is 100% original.
Thank you.
The blade's not in the best of condition, but it is what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, and this is an Alurn scabbard too, with that screw in the back and the throat. That's
That's really,
So
really something.
I am a very lucky guy because
Yeah.
this actually, all my entire edged weapon collection actually hangs in my bedroom. And my beautiful wife, come over here, you. Get over here. This is my beautiful wife, Gwen. She lets me hang all my swords and bayonets.
Are you really hanging in his bedroom? Right up there? I don't play.
I have bayonets and swords all over the bedroom now, and it started because she said I put up a police bayonet. Actually, one I bought from you. It was dated 1929. The most beautiful police bayonet ever. I hung it on the wall, and she said, "Boy, that looks beautiful up there." I said, "You
did?
like it? I have some more that I could put up."
It's a rare thing I'm hearing.
And that little.
I'm surprised she didn't say, "Get that off of my wall."
Every day she came home, there would be something new hanging up. So now the entire collection is in the bedroom, hanging up on the walls. I got swords running up the ceiling.
Or have you had it up to here with him now? You know, there's no cure. No cure for this disease.
So I see.
What's your name?
Gwen.
Gwen. That's a nice name. I like that.
I know you. I see you every single day on my TV.
You're probably so sick of hearing my voice. Will you turn that off?
Are you watching that funny old man again?
That guy just goes on and on and on. Well, I'm sorry that you have to watch it. You're obviously a victim.
Hey, Doug, can you do me a favor and lay the blade out so I can get a better look at the etching?
Yeah, it's a very interesting etch. When you look at the, if the camera can pick it up, the arrows on either side of the etch panel, only Alurn did that.
And I wasn't aware.
And as soon as I saw that, like I said, I hope this is an Alurn, and it was. So that's really, really great. Flip it over. Yeah, there you go.
That's a great piece.
Where did you get this?
My father bought that in 1960, about 61, 62, somewhere around there. He was a collector since 1957.
Oh, wow.
He passed away in 96. I inherited a few things, and then I just went nuts after that. So.
Yeah. Well, you did the right thing.
I'm working my way up to 200 bayonets now.
Do you think you have enough yet?
No, you can never have enough.
You're going to need a bigger bedroom.
Well, thank you so much for looking at it. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. I enjoyed that, yeah.
I thought you'd get a kick out of it.
It's nice to see something real, you know?
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Bye, everybody. Thank you for watching.
Thanks, Tom.
Well, collectors, here we are. We're at the end of the 2024 MAX Show, and we had a really good time. Sold a lot of stuff, bought a lot of stuff, and met a lot of really nice collectors and people, and we hope to see you all at the next show. I don't know where we're going to be now, but whatever, it was a great time, and if we can help you with anything, send us an email, give us a call, and thanks a lot for watching our video.